Hey, what's up guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Lioncast LX20 gaming headset. Now this headset can be found for £27. Yes, that's under £30. Very rare to come across a headset, or at least a branded headset of sorts, that is at this price range. In terms of its competitors, it has the LX50, which is its bigger brother, that can be found for around £55, the HyperX Stinger, which is £50, and the Logitech G231, that can be found for £38. Now for those who are not accustomed with Lioncast in terms of a brand, they're actually pretty big in Germany. They actually sponsor a few esports teams as well, and they even make hoodies. Yes, and it's really comfortable, I must say, so cheers Lioncast for actually sending me this hoodie. It's actually really comfortable. Now, without further ado, let's go into the build quality, then the recording and sound quality of this headset. So first, let's talk about the build quality and design. Now, I want to talk about the cable first. It's a non-removable cable that connects up to your PC or mobile device or console, but as you'll be able to tell, the microphone can be taken out, which is great because therefore you can use the headset as a headphone rather than just a dedicated headset. It's a great addition, and in terms of the microphone itself, you can see the memory wire works perfectly, and it comes with an actual a foam tip at the end. Good inclusion, Lioncast. Now, in terms of the wire, it has a little control pod. It looks pretty premature, but at this price range, I can't really be complaining too much. It's got a volume wheel, which is great to see. That's the overall volume of the headset. And then you've got a mic mute button, which is on, which is therefore it's listening to you, and off is, well, as the name would suggest. Now, the cable itself is relatively short because it can be plugged into a mobile device or your Xbox, PlayStation, or whatnot. But then it's got another cable which is also included in the box, and that gives you the two terminations which are normally accustomed to on a PC. Great to see the multiple different connections because that means that you can use it for different purposes. Now, in terms of the headset itself, it's not exactly the best looking or the best built headset, but at this price range, I would say it does stand above its competitors. Comparing it to, for example, the HyperX Stinger, I would say this pretty much is equivalent with the HyperX Stinger, and that is a pretty popular product to say the least. Now, the headset has like a glass, you can see like in the background, a quite reflective and fingerprint magnet kind of plate. This can't be removed, but nevertheless, that's what Lioncast have gone for with their logo. You've got an adjustable headband. As you can probably hear, it doesn't sound like the best thing. It's very plasticky. In terms of the clamp force, it's not too strong, which means you can wear it with glasses for a relatively long period of time. And in terms of the comfort, you've got a nice padding at the top, which means that the headband doesn't feel like it sinks into your head. And in terms of the pads themselves, the ear pads themselves, they've got a little bit of a resistance, but the cup size, and shall I say the driver size, is also relatively big, which means that your ears fit over the ear. So this fits over the ear. At least for my ears, which are pretty big, it fits over the ear. So I don't think most people will have that problem. On top of that, the pads can be removed in order to be washed, and that's very useful. Just bear in mind that putting it in can be a little bit of a nightmare, as you can see over here. And other than that, you've got a left and right indicator within the inside of the headphones. It might be hard for my camera to pick up, but it should be pretty obvious because the left-hand side has the cable running down to your PC. So overall, in terms of build quality and design, I have no complaints at this price range. Just remember, it's made out of plastic, and it feels like it as well, but again, at this price range, it actually looks better than most of its competitors, and actually feels like a relatively good product. Now let's move into the recording and the sound quality.
And we're back now, guys. Now everything you can hear right now is coming directly from the LX20. Now it's very much surprising to hear how good the headset sounds. It's surprising that even at this price range, Lioncast have managed to squeeze in a very good microphone which doesn't pick up any interference, and bear in mind it's plugged into a very cheap £5 USB sound card in order to bypass the static on my Asus Sabertooth Z77 motherboard. And in terms of the overall frequency range, I feel that it picks up enough bass in terms of my voice. It picks up a good amount of mids and the highs as well. It doesn't sound accentuated, doesn't sound overly boomy, it doesn't sound overly mid-centric. It just sounds just as you'd expect from a class-leading headset. So honestly, in terms of recording quality, Lioncast have done an absolutely fantastic job over here. I should, however, mention one thing, and that's the mic mute. Now, the mic mute does work, but you'll hear a loud pop, which I'm going to do right now. So overly, there you were just able to hear a kind of pop. The sound does resume straight away after I unmute it. However, you can hear a little bit of a pop. So do bear that in mind. If you're going to be constantly muting yourself, you might be annoying your teammates in game, or Skype, or TeamSpeak users, or whatever it might be that you're using to communicate. Just bear that in mind. Now let's talk about the sound quality. Now the sound quality at £27. Now it's very hard to sometimes gauge a product based on its price level, given that there's no real competitors at this price. And I must say, in terms of its overall sound quality, it does a fantastic job. Okay, it does have a wobbly mid bass, it does have recessed mids which are very pushed back, you do have rolled off highs, and the soundstage feels a little bit closed. And the instrument separation could be better, so it's all very negative in this respect. But then when you consider the price of £27, you're like, this actually sounds pretty good for £27. You're getting a lot of value for money over here. Now, in terms of the sound quality, just as a whole, I must say that yes, it has a very warm sound signature, and yes, it won't compete with audiophile grade headphones at, let's say, £50 or even £35. I think you'll struggle to find audiophile grade headphones that compete with the LX20s, but it is exactly as it was designed. For about £27, you're getting the exact sound quality. So let's go through the frequency range. In terms of the sub bass, it does cut off pretty abruptly. It does extend, however, so it's very much impressive to see a £27 headset able to extend in the sub bass regions. The mid bass, it is pronounced. It's got a loud sort of mid bass punch. However, it is wobbly and not really controlled at all times. In terms of the mid-range, it is pushed back and recessed. However, still, it is accurate and you're able to hear it pretty clearly when it comes to listening to music or playing games. In terms of the highs, they've got a nice little sparkle at the top end. However, it does roll off pretty quickly, and therefore, if you're going to be listening to a lot of vocals or like in-game steps, you will be able to figure out that it doesn't compete with headsets which cost £50, such as the LX20 or similar. So overall, in terms of the frequency range, it could do better, but again, £27, it's fantastic for that price. Finally, in terms of its soundstage, it is a very closed soundstage. Of course, it's closed back headphones, so it's to be expected. I would have liked a little bit more instrument separation, a little better width and depth, but again, keep saying it is only £27, so you have to put that into perspective. So overall, what do I think of this, and what's my verdict? For £27, and I've reiterated that so many times throughout this video because I just keep putting it back into perspective for you guys, and even for me, that this headset is fantastic value for money. If you're looking for the best headset under £30, then there's no competition. The LX20 is by far the best headset out there. It's so much so that it's not really got any competitors to deal with. It comes at an interesting price range that people want a really cheap headset, and if they don't want to be spending, let's say, £20 and they're not afraid of spending £30, then this headset is definitely worth that investment. Of course, if you want a bit of better sound quality, a slightly better build quality and looks, then the LX50 will offer that slightly better experience. And again, in comparison to, let's say, the Logitech headset, which comes at £35, it still sounds not as good as the LX50. So overall, I would say that this headset is definitely the best headset under £30, and it seems that interesting price point, but I can understand people can be tight on their budget, or they want to try and keep the budget down, or they want to buy a gift of some sorts, and this LX20 is definitely my recommendation. So top marks from me. Top job again, Lioncast. I can't stress it enough. I wish people knew about the brand a lot more. It's a very, very interesting prospect that Lioncast have brought to the UK market over from Germany. So I just can't wait to see what else they have in store. This headset is definitely up there, so if you're looking for one, I would definitely suggest it. Alright guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed this review. Make sure you give it a like, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Favorite and share, as it always helps the channel grow. And just to let you know, just in case some people were wondering, yes, I have a Lioncast hoodie, but that doesn't mean I'm sponsored, I'm not paid, I'm not incentivized in any way. They just sent me the headset to review like every other manufacturer I've done, so just bear that in mind. I'm just pointing that out in case some people were wondering, or some people would question my integrity of my channel. I do it for fun, as a hobby, just in my free time, in order to give you unbiased, unpaid, independent reviews. So there we go, guys. I've been totally dubbed. Take care, and bye bye.